The story of Daniel in the lion's den is a remarkable tale of faith, courage, and divine protection that is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. It speaks to our deepest fears and challenges us to find strength in our convictions when faced with adversity. Set in the ancient kingdom of Babylon, Daniel was a young Hebrew captive who rose to prominence due to his wisdom, integrity, and unwavering faith in God. His remarkable abilities caught the eye of King Darius, who appointed him as one of the highest officials in the kingdom. As Daniel flourished, envy and jealousy grew among his colleagues, who sought to undermine him. They schemed to find a way to bring about his downfall, knowing that his commitment to prayer and his devotion to God were the only things they could exploit. In a daring move, they persuaded King Darius to issue a decree that for 30 days, no one could pray to any god or human except for the king himself. A law forbidding prayer to anyone but the king was much more than just a simple statute. It was a direct challenge to Daniel's faith and commitment. Here we see the crux of the story, the power of conviction. Daniel was aware of the decree, yet he continued to pray 3 times a day, as was his custom. His unwavering faith in God overshadowed the fear of persecution. In this brave act, Daniel teaches us how to stand firm in our beliefs, even when society pressures us to conform. Each day, we face various trials, whether it's workplace conflicts, societal expectations, or personal demons. Like Daniel, we too have the choice to remain steadfast in our values. The consequences, however, were severe. Daniel's defiance did not go unnoticed, and he was quickly arrested and brought before King Darius. The king, distressed by the situation, had no option but to follow the law he had established. Despite his fondness for Daniel, he reluctantly ordered that Daniel be thrown into the lion's den. It was a grim fate, one that signified ultimate punishment and despair. As Daniel was cast into the den filled with hungry lions, the king said, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." These words are both poignant and powerful, capturing the essence of faith, the hope in divine intervention when all seems lost. When we encounter metaphorical lions in our own lives, doubt, fear, financial struggles, illness, this story becomes our anchor. It teaches us that we may find ourselves in overwhelming circumstances, but it's in these moments that faith can shine the brightest. Daniel's descent into the den may mirror moments when we feel cornered, anxious, and fearful in our lives. Yet, like Daniel, we can draw upon our faith as a source of strength. We can trust that what lies at the other side of our trial can lead to greater purpose. As the stone was rolled over the entrance of the lion's den, one can imagine the intense silence that followed. Perhaps a feeling of hopelessness could have washed over Daniel, yet he knew that he had been faithful. The night passed, darkness enveloping the den, but the light of faith never dimmed. Many of us experience our own dark nights when we feel swallowed by our apprehensions. It is in these still moments that we must choose to lean into faith, asking ourselves what God is teaching us in our trials. Daniel's night in the den was not spent in despair, but in faith, trusting completely in his God. Miraculously, when King Darius returned the next morning, he was greeted with a sight that would drastically change the trajectory of the kingdom. He called out to Daniel, and to his disbelief, he learned that Daniel had been unharmed. The lions had not touched him, a powerful testament to God's protection. Daniel responded, "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions." This moment exemplifies victory over adversity through faith, and highlights that when we place our trust in God, we can find peace even in the face of our fiercest trials. As the narrative unfolds, Daniel's story transcends individual experience. It speaks to the collective human experience of fear and resilience. In our moments of struggle, we can ask ourselves, what are the lions we face now? Are they doubts from within or judgments from others? Do they emerge in moments of anxiety, anger, or insecurity? Just as God stood with Daniel in the dark, He stands beside us, offering comfort and assurance. It reminds us that the outcomes may not always be as we expect, but if we maintain our faith, we will never be abandoned. Daniel's bravery transformed not only his destiny, but also affected the very king who threw him into that den. After witnessing the miraculous act of divine intervention, King Darius issued a proclamation that all in his kingdom should fear and reverence the God of Daniel. What an impactful legacy! In following God's path, our perseverance can inspire those around us, leading others to reflect on their faith and values. As we move through our lives, let us draw inspiration from Daniel, who teaches us that regardless of our circumstances, faith is our refuge. The lions we encounter may seem formidable, but they can never overpower our spirit when we trust in the divine. Live courageously, knowing that each day is an opportunity to reaffirm your faith, to pray amid darkness, and to remind yourself that you are never alone. As we wrap up this reflection, may you find strength in your own challenges by remembering Daniel in the lion's den. The story is a beacon of hope, encapsulating the truth that even in the most dire situations, faith can lead to miraculous outcomes. Embrace the nerve-wracking moments with bravery. Lean on your beliefs, and feel reassured that divine protection is ever present. If you found value in this story, remember to subscribe for more inspirational content that nourishes your spirit and strengthens your resolve. Trust in God, seek courage in your convictions, and walk forward with faith, knowing that the light can break through even the darkest of circumstances. Thank you for joining this journey today.